Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the brooms to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about ready to roll here. And going to the mound in this one for the Yankees, Ryan Wu. What do we need to know here?
Well, he brings into this one an excellent strikeout to walk ratio on the season. And when you consider the amount of swings and misses he gets and the fact that he's not issuing free passes, that's going to make him more economical in his pitch count, allow him to move into the middle and deeper part of ball games. So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
Headed towards the corner. And that is a foul ball. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Diaz pulls it down, and there's one down. And now we check out the Mariners lineup. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Donovan Solano.
And Boog, he's the table setter for this offense. Team leader and on-base percentage. I mean, that just gives your teammates plenty of chances to cash in and bring them around to score. Man, I used to love when I had a guy out in second base or third base. Easy to get those RBIs. Game after game, you know a guy like this, what he's going to provide and the opportunities that other guys are going to get in the lineup.
Donovan Solano in the box now. No balls and a strike. One out, base is empty. Fastball for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
One down, base is empty. And it remains 2-2.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Nice grab as he reached down to make the play.
Batting third, the center fielder, number 44.
Two outs, base is empty. And now for Seattle, Julio Rodriguez. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. The 0-1. There's your strike. 95 of that one. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Nobody left for Seattle, and now the Bombers will get their shot. No score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back at Yankee Stadium, and today's starting pitcher, Luis Castillo. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around 3.5. What I like is he competes, he stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to win.
Bottom of the first. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr. That one is hammered right field. Going back. Way back. Out of here. His second home run of the series. It's 1-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Out towards left center. Arozarena after it. Makes the catch. And there's one down. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Yainer Diaz.
Well, this club has started to lean on him. He's got 10 RBIs in his last 10 games. So this is a guy, when you need some momentum, got some runners on, you want him at the plate. He's been clutch, and he's been delivering big time.
And now it's Juan Soto. He set a new career high in home runs this year. And Singy, he's just trying to set the bar as high as possible now. On a line, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Aaron.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate with 3 hits so far in the series, and he's knocked in 3 runs as well. In the air out towards right center. Robles sizes this one up. Makes the catch for the out.
Batting fifth, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
And that's way high, and that is ball 1.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
That one finds the zone, and it's 1-1. The shortstop takes the ball. That misses, and that's ball 3. Jackson Merrill in the on-deck circle. Two outs. That one fouled off.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
So now 3-2 to the right side. The throw to first. Lindor retired. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now 1-0. You're dialed into the show. Back in New York, second inning set to go. And the batter now, Cal Raleigh. He is at the top of the game in terms of defense at the catching spot.
It's so impressive because these guys have to do so much study and preparation for their pitchers, for opposing hitters, and really their #1 job is to guide that staff through a ball game. And so when you also can turn it up offensively and be a force there, that is a win-win, every manager's dream.
Hard hit to third. One out in the second. And as well, lots of pop in that bet. So you combine the slug with really good defense.
The first baseman, Luke Raley.
Luke Raley will hit next. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. And that's downstairs. And it's 1-1.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
And strike 2. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, It surprised a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field. Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Now it's Randy Arozarena. And that one upstairs, ball one.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
2 out, space is empty. Foul ball. Arozarena went deep in his most recent game. The 1-1 is fouled off. Breaking ball misses down and away. And a good eye there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Mariners go down quietly there, and it remains 1-0. Back in the Bronx,
Leading
bottom
off
half
for
of
the
inning number
Yankees,
2, and now
fielder,
Jackson Merrill. Castillo back to work. Ripped on a line. Rodriguez grabs it on the run.
That was just a great job and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
And first offering is fouled off.
No, that's down.
Umpiring behind the plate for us today, Boog, is Mike Fillmore, and he is a good one. He'll reward pitches on the edges a little bit, but the main thing is he doesn't keep you guessing. Once you establish that a pitch is a strike, it stays that way.
That's down and in. Yeah, Fillmore, kind of, I don't know, you'd say maybe an umpire's umpire, but really consistent, very fair. And that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Batting 8, the catcher, Austin Wells.
And next for New York, Austin Wells. Ball squirts away a little bit. 1-0. And the 1-0. Fought off foul. Diaz stands at first with 1 out. Next pitch is downstairs. In the air, right field, Robles. And there's 2 away.
Batting 9, the left fielder, Brenton Doyle.
And up next for New York, Brenton Doyle. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
0-1's the count.
And that one is lifted in the air. Rodriguez makes the grab, and that is that. 1 hit, 1 left. We played 2 full. Yankees 1 and the Mariners nothing. Let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year.
Rowdy Tellez.
Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this. Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away. You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location, but the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco. 0 for 6 in the series so far. Edge of the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1. The Yanks could really use a win here in the thick of the postseason hunt. One down, base is empty. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Now a chance for J.P. Crawford. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Yeah, and the clubhouse mood swings a little more with each game down the stretch, Boog. Win this one, and they'll be feeling pretty good. Lose it, and maybe some anxiety starts to set in.
2 down, nobody on.
Ball 1. Tough to take a 2-strike changeup that just missed. I think it froze him.
And they'll do it again.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
On the ground, right side. Jazz tosses to first, and the Mariners set down 1-2-3. 9 straight retired here to start the game. Yankees 1, and the Mariners nothing. Welcome back.
Leading
Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Second baseman, Jack Chisholm Jr.
Ball 1 there. Swung on, belted. And that ball is gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add a run. It's 2-0.
He just sent this stadium into a frenzy. They're going nuts. With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. Swinging a foul straight back.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Next offering is down low.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
That's off the inside corner. 2-1. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the last half of the third. And there's a rocket into the outfield.
Now
So
batting,
a man
the
aboard.
designated hitter,
Here's Juan
Juan
Soto. 1 for 1 with a
Soto.
single so far. Runner on the move. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Ramirez stands at second with no outs. And that's off the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. They're waving Ramirez home. Not in time. He's safe. He's safe.
Comes through with the RBI. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Here's a big power threat. Aaron Judge. He's 0 for 1. High fly ball pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back there. And gone. So he blasts one out the other way. It's their second home run of the inning, and they boost their lead. It's 5-0. That adds another game to his hitting streak, Chris.
Yeah, he's been doing so many things well at the plate and clearly driving the ball with some authority as part of that. He's really dangerous with the bat in his hands right now. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Here's Francisco Lindor. He's one of the best players in the game. Check swing, called strike.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
Out to short. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the
Now
home
batting,
run.
the
Not allowing it to
Jackson
stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Jackson Merrill stepping in now for the Yankees. He's 0 for 1. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
And that's outside. 4 runs already in the frame here in the 3rd and final game of the series. In the air, left field. Arozarena hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman.
2 down, base is empty. Digging in, Yainer Diaz. And he's already singled in this game. Check swing, called strike. It's 0-1. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that's the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And the lead is now 5-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting
right fielder,
pitching so
10,
far this year.
Victor Robles.
Fly ball down the line. Doyle turns to the right on the move. 1 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front
Now
shoulder
batting,
coming open
third
instead of
baseman,
staying
Donovan
closed. If he does that, he's going to
Solano.
be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Solano batting with one down takes a strike. Bases empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. That's in there. And the count is 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Brian Wu with the strikeout. Woo, woo.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He
Now
can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Julio
2 outs, bases empty. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. He was a strikeout victim his first time. There's a strike.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
And that misses. Ball 1. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Merrill tracks it down for the out. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. That clips a corner. Activity in the bullpen. Gregory Santos, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Holmes also getting ready. That one outside. And 1-1. Inside corner at the knees for a strike. Fights it off. He'll see another. And down on strikes he goes. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the
Now
hitter,
batting,
and I'm sure
left
that's going to
fielder,
sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Doyle takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
That's ball 2.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
One of the better pitches he's thrown in this game, but he just hasn't been able to do it enough, unfortunately. You know, he could be getting a feel for that slider, though, so maybe that's something he can build off of.
And he walked him.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off
The
a
batter,
3-2 pitch,
13.
and I tell you what, he
Second
earned that
baseman,
walk.
And here comes the Mariners manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Luis Castillo won't go any further. And a home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm coming on after the break.
Now pitching for
The pitcher
Seattle.
on here, Gregory
Number
Santos.
48.
And he's had his struggles so
Gregory
far this year, as you can
Santos.
see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
There goes the runner. Pitch misses.
Oh, that's upstairs.
Throw to second. He's safe. And that makes it 30 stolen bases for him this season. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
One out and a runner at second. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Throw to first, and there's 2 gone following the strikeout. Well done behind the dish.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Jose Ramirez stepping in now for the Yankees. 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. Man on second, 2 down.
Inside, ball 1.
Check on the runner. Doyle back on a dive. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Smoked into left, base hit. Coming home. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in, and it's now a 6-run lead. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Juan Soto now.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
1's the count.
Move to second. Ramirez back in on a dive. Ramirez stands at second with 2 gone. Inside, almost got him.
Ball, that's in.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Man at second. That one misses, and it's 3-2. Aaron Judge would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day 1.
So first and second with 2 outs. Aaron Judge stepping in now for the Yankees. He's already homered in this game. Misses again, 5 in a row. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second.
Hey! 1-1.
Swings through that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Just off the outside edge. Francisco Lindor waiting to hit for the Yankees. At the belt and fires. And they're all loaded up.
Now batting, shortstop Francisco.
So they're all loaded up. And now it's Frankie Lindor. 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch, and he just misses. So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. Check swing, called strike. And now 2 balls and a strike.
Berg, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 3. Jackson Merrill on deck for the Yankees. That one to first, Raley. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So they get 1, but end up leaving the bases loaded. On to the top of the 5th we go. Yankees 6, and the Mariners nothing. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings.
Cal Raleigh.
Woo back to work. That one ripped. 1 away.
Up next for the Tigers, the first baseman,
Luke Raley. Up next for the Mariners. Went down on strikes his first time through. And that's a little bit high. Ball 1.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
The Mariners hitless so far in the game. And it's fouled away. That one down the line, and that's just foul. And that one missing low. That one is absolutely belted. And in one hops the wall. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that.
Now
That's
batting,
a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front, ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
So digging in, Randy Arozarena. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. And that is in for a strike. 0-1. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Next offering is downstairs. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Wells puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Well, that's what he's looking for with the fastball above the zone. A swing and miss or weak contact.
Here's Rowdy Tellez.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Right through there for a strike. Missed with a changeup. 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. Now a long throw home, but it's offline. It's 6-1. 2 outs, runner at first. Now it's the second baseman, Jorge Polanco. And that's in there for strike 1. Polanco, a former All-Star, a member of the 1,000 hit club. He joined the team as a free agent. In for a strike, and it's 0-2.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Ball 1.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. But they pick up one run on the RBI single, and this is now a 6-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show.
Now pitching for
Back
the
now to
Mariners.
start the bottom of the fifth and taking
Number
over on the
31.
mound, Drew Pomeranz.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Jackson
Leading
Merrill
up for
digs
the
in now.
Yankees, the
This
center
kid
fielder,
picked up in a
Jackson
trade. A lot was
Merrill.
offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
Line drive, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting.
And for
the
him,
first
that's
baseman,
2 solid
Yager.
weeks with a hit in every game. I mean, he's run his hitting streak to 14, and let me tell you, that's no easy task. This guy's grinding out at bats. He's figuring out ways to put the ball in play and just as well do it with some authority.
Now, Yainer Diaz. Not
Ball one,
close
no
with
strike.
that one, and that's ball one.
You know, these Yankees putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
There's the strike. On the ground, a second, might be 2. Good feed, that's one.
out.
Back to first,
He's out.
and that is a double play.
Oh, man, what a
The catcher,
smooth
number
double play.
28,
That was a thing of beauty
Austin.
from start to finish.
Well,
2 down, bases empty. Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. In the air, left field, down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. And there's a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. And that
One ball,
skips in the dirt.
2 strikes.
Caught him looking for the K. Yanks held in check. They lead it, though, 6-1. Back at Yankee
Leading off for
Stadium,
the
top
Mariners,
6.
the shortstop,
Now it's going to be J.P. Crawford. Smoked on the ground a second. Jazz tosses to first. And a quick out, number 1.
The offense
Now
needs to
batting,
start showing
right
some
fielder,
fight against this
Victor
starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Back to the top of the lineup, Victor Robles up next for the Mariners. Check swing, called strike.
When a guy's throwing a lot of
Ball one's
first
the count.
pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
0-2 is the count.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Strikeout number 8.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3
Up next,
fastballs,
for the
all
Horned
strikes.
Frogs, the
He wasn't
third
even able to
baseman,
foul one off.
Donovan
There's not much you can take away from an
Solano.
at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. He's got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Solano in the box again, takes a strike.
Well, this is the type of hitter you want up in this situation. Some sluggers coming up behind him. He's so good at moving runners, but also getting on base. See if he can be patient here.
Next offering, popped in the air, right field. What a play in right field. And that is that. 3 up, 3 down that time. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. Yankees 6 and the Mariners 1. Back at the ballpark. And in this series, it has been ugly on
Leading
the
up
mound
for the Yankees,
as we look at the
the
numbers.
left fielder, Brenton Doyle.
That's inside. 1-0. Some activity in the Mariners bullpen. Colin Snyder up and throwing. Thornton also throwing. And that one a little below the knees, and the count is 2-0. There's a swing and a drive. And that's a foul ball. And that one is downstairs. And now 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
I got 3 and 2.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Just missed his spot on the inside right there.
Now batting, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm.
Here's
Jr.
the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those two he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Runner on the goal. Strike in there. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Clearly not content with the lead they're working with right now, and I like that. I don't think you can get comfortable with a 5-run lead in today's game, and now they've got a good chance of adding on.
Doyle at second with nobody out. Swings through that one for strike 2.
0 and 2.
And now
Outside,
1
that's a
and
ball.
2. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Robles brings it in. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with 1 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Jose Ramirez. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see. Hit on the ground to short. Crawford throws to first in time. Now 2 away as they get a run across. Two outs, bases
Now
empty.
batting, the
Next is the designated hitter, Juan Soto. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
There's the strike.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just failed him a little bit right there.
And ball 1.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Aaron Judge at the dish now. He homered earlier in this one, singing, which isn't much of a surprise.
No, not at all, Boog. This is the same guy who homered in his first at-bat in the majors and did it again the next day. He's just unreal.
Singy, one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as plus value?
Absolutely. If he's doing damage now, if he's rolling over and grounding out, then it's a different story. But yeah, if he can put the ball in the gaps or over the fence, 100%.
Francisco Lindor waiting to hit for the Yankees. 1 run across in the frame so far here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
And that will end the inning. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We're through 6 full. It's the Yankees 7 and the Mariners 1. Back for more
Leading
from
off
the
for the
Bronx.
Mariners,
Top
the
of
center
inning number
fielder,
7.
number
And the
44,
batter now, Julio Rodriguez. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is. And that's a fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. Throws to second, and he's got a leadoff double.
All over that one right there. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
So a man aboard. Cal Raleigh, the next to hit. And that one's a little bit low. And it's 1-0.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. And there's a strike.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much. Changing speeds has this lineup completely off balance in this one. We've seen a lot of mistimed swings, and it's been a challenge for these hitters to get their rhythm right.
No outs. Runner on second. Out towards right center field. Merrill makes the ground. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with 1 out. And now the first baseman, Luke Raley.
You have to stay disciplined in these at-bats. Try not to chase. A strikeout here is the last thing you want.
Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. And he brings it into the warning track. Runner tags for home. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across. It's 7-2.
Randy Arozarena.
Randy Arozarena up next for the Mariners. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Struck him out looking. So they get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Yankees 7 and the Mariners 2. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Trent Thornton.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. And that's outside. Next one is off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Next offering upstairs.
I got 3-0.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty
Now
much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Man at first, nobody out. And now the center fielder, Jackson Merrill, 1 for 3. Well struck right field. get out of town. He'll touch them all. And they tack on to their lead. It's 9-2. That's his third straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boom. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
And here is Yainer Diaz. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Nobody on, nobody out. A pair of runs across in the inning. Here at the bottom of the seventh. And that's fouled off. And 1-2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout. Rodriguez puts it away. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the left fielder, Brenton.
Here's the left fielder, Brenton Doyle. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Next pitch is outside.
He's so solid. Calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air.
And a big swing and a miss.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
2 outs. That one just misses, and it's 3-2. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Outside, and that is ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very
number
aggressive
13.
secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Chisholm in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back. And out of here. And he's gone yard again. That's his 3rd home run of the game. It's 11-2. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
And here comes the Mariners manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Trent Thornton done for the night. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. New pitcher for the Mariners, Colin Snyder. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Colin Snyder.
Jose Ramirez stepping in now for the Yankees. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So the inning is still alive with Juan Soto coming to the dish.
Now batting, the designated
and
hitter.
next is the designated hitter, Juan Soto.
Soto.
And a swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Ramirez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. In the dirt.
Ball, that's off the plate.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
That one finds the zone. 2-2. And that one hammered. It's a bomb. His 67th home run of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 13-2. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
It wasn't in the air for very long, so let's get a better view of it with StatCast, Singy.
Well, it can't stay in the air for long when it's going 117 miles per hour. It's got to get to its destination. And that was a no-doubter to everyone in the ballpark. Watching it sail out of here was just beautiful, something to behold. But all you really needed was the sound off the bat. Did you hear that, Boog? I mean, that thing was going to go a long ways.
Sliced hard but foul. That misses the zone, and the count is 1-1.
That's ball 2.
In the air, out towards left center. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. They bring 9 to the plate, and 6 come around to score. We look ahead to inning number 8. The Yankees lead it 13-2. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Tellez.
Wu back to work. Ripped, but it curls foul. Wu still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his game in this one, and at this point, he wants to finish what he started.
Out to center. Merrill settles underneath it. And he makes the catch. One up, one down. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
Polanco in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Judge is there. And a couple of quick outs.
The batter, number 3, shortstop.
And now it's going to be J.P. Crawford. He's grounded out a couple of times. That one pushed to the left and foul. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. Late on that fastball.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
0-2 now. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Francisco Lindor.
Lindor.
That one ripped. That's down. One hops off the wall. And here is Jackson Merrill. He's already homered here in this one.
Merrill.
And that one wrapped foul. Runner at first with no outs here. Double play ball to second. Glove flip for 1, and that's 2.
Now batting, first baseman.
Really nice double play turn right there. And it all started with that sweet glove flip on the feed to second. You know, these middle infielders, they spend a lot of time honing that glove work, so it just becomes like second nature. I think you also have to have a really good glove that's broken in, that's not too large, so that you can have a feel for that baseball and be able to flip it like you're barehanded.
And now, Yainer Diaz. That one catches the zone. Strike 1. The Yankees up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
And the next pitch is way outside.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Makes the catch, inning over. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now it's Victor Robles up to hit.
Robles.
And first offering is fouled off. Line drive, caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's Donovan Solano. 0 for 3 in this one. And that one fouled off. One down, base is empty. And he grounds one to the right side. Tosses to the pitcher, covering the bag. 2 up, 2 down.
The batter, the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
So it's their last chance in this one. Julio Rodriguez up next for the Mariners. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. The M's with a lot of ground to make up here at the top of the ninth. In there at the knees. And a count 1-1.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Lifted to left center, way back there, and that is gone. A solo shot. His 21st of the year. It's 13-3. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. He got on plane with that high fastball, then look how his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Absolutely crushed that pitch.
Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Now batting, the first baseman, Luke
Raley now at the plate. Darren Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher
New
for
York
the Yankees, DJ Hurst.
number
Compared
77.
to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
And that one just missed off the outside edge. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Raleigh off of first with 2 away. Lined, and that's a base hit. They stopped the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Left fielder, Randy Arozarena.
So up next, Randy Arozarena. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Two on, 2 outs. Hit to right, and that should do it. He's got it. Ball game. The Yankees take this one in a blowout.
Another day, another win. I really think this team has forgotten how to lose a ball game. It's been so long since they've lost. I really don't know what else to say. They're just a can't-miss ball club right now.
13-3, our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.